in this video we're going to learn a combination by Nagwa from the Golden Era in one of the old Hollywood movies. So let's begin. If you don't have a veil, it doesn't matter. This is a veil. And if you do have a veil and you're not sure how to use it, you need to get your two fingers like scissors and you hold it, the edges between your scissors, between your fingers like this, okay? And so from there, what I also do is I get the middle of the veil and I tuck it into my hips. Okay, so that's how to wear it for this combination if you wanted to wear a veil, if you wanted to use a veil. If you don't have a veil, you can just do the whole thing without it and just use the hands. Okay, so I'm using a drum solo rhythm, for us to dance to, which is slightly faster than the music, but check it out in the movie and see if you can recognize the combination, okay? So, what you're gonna do is, first of all, we're gonna start off with taqsim, okay? So, you're gonna have in. Now what is that? Classical position first, okay? So I have the weight in the middle of my back heel. This foot's on tiptoe. I sit, my hips are down, my ribs and chest are up. You should know the video by now if you do my videos for long enough. Shoulders down, long neck, and chest is elevated, okay? And you're smiling, you're smiling, you're smiling, you're smiling. So the taqsim is a movement. It's a figure of eight, it's an inward figure of eight with the hips. And if I just show you like this with my fingers, you're doing this with your hips, okay? So this is what you're trying to do with your hips. If you haven't learned it before, just try to follow along and just visualize this shape flat on the screen like this. If you have pens on your hips, you're drawing a figure of eight like this on the screen. Otherwise, check out my figure of eight series on YouTube. But if you want to learn properly, you need to come and train with me in my school, be that online, live on Zoom, in the studio, in private lessons, whatever you want, okay? So for now, let's just go. So I'm going up and in on this hip, up and on this hip, and up and in on this hip. Then I'm going to settle, okay? So I've tweaked the combination slightly to fit the music, but also putting my own flavor on top of it a little bit, okay? So we have in, okay? And then we settle. So 3 hips. In, settle. Try to do it to the beat. In, settle. Snake your hips, settle. Snake your hips, settle. One more time. Snake your hips, settle. Okay, then the next part we're going to do is what I call the half undulation, meaning from the belly down. Okay, so look at my undulation series, and then there probably is a video on this somewhere. But again, if you want to learn properly, come to my school, I teach you properly. Okay, so a full body undulation in Melissa Bay Dance School, in my school, looks like this. We go all the way from top to bottom. But the half undulation is only halfway, okay? So first of all, let me just show you. So you're gonna tuck, you're gonna do the sway, or it's a undulation sway. You're doing it from halfway down, all right? What I want you to do first is tuck and release like Michael Jackson. Ow! Ow! So you're gonna tuck. So you're gonna tuck, go backwards, tilt, go forwards, tuck, go backwards, tilt, shift forwards, tuck, tilt, tuck the pelvis, tilt the pelvis. Again, there's so much more to this. Come to my school, I'll teach you properly. For now, just sway those hips, okay? Please remember to hit subscribe. In fact, do it now, please. Hit subscribe, and I will really appreciate it. And there's a new video released every single week anyway, so you're not going to miss out on anything. All right, tilt the pelvis forward and back. Okay, so for the beat purposes of the music, we're going to do in, settle, tuck, release, tuck. When I say tuck, I mean tuck, release, tuck, okay? Keep it as smooth as you can, even though it's quite fast. 5, 6, 7. In, keep it small. In and in. Okay, so because it's quite fast, you have to keep everything smaller. Smaller. Enjoy it. Off we go. Snake your hips. And it doesn't have to be exactly this, you know, just enjoy yourself and have fun. In, settle. Snake your belly. Last time. In, settle. Snake your belly. Okay, and then, so I want you to imagine this whole scene, she's really flirting. So the idea is, I want you to think of somebody that you really fancy and flirt with them in your head, okay? That's the way it's gonna work. Flirt with them in your head, all right? So, she doesn't do this in the movie, but I'm gonna start looking to the back And then we're gonna start our flirting even more. When you come to the front, you're gonna snake your arms, ba, 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 and then we're gonna hug in like this. She doesn't do this, but I'm putting it into the choreography to teach you, okay? So you're just gonna hug and flirt. So you have hip, 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 flirts. 5, 6, 7. Ha, 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 flirts. How you flirt is up to you. In fact, you don't even need to do this if you don't want to. How would you flirt? Would you play with your hair? How will you flirt? Flirt! Flirt! From the beginning. 5, 6, 7. Snake your hips, settle. Pelvis rock, look back. Flirt away, yes. Okay, I'm gonna add on. The next part, you flirt again, shoulders. You're gonna add in some shoulder hits. So my shoulder hits, I mean sharp shoulder locks with your shoulders. Keep the rest of the body still, we're isolating. This is a drum solo technique. One of my most popular classes actually is drum solo. Teaches you all about the muscle control and isolations. So come and learn that with me. Anyway, 6, 7, shoulder hits, yes? Shoulder hit, and then you're gonna do what we call an ummy. Give your legs a break for a second. Bring your feet flat on the floor. And in ummy, look at my circle series on YouTube. But again, if you want to learn properly, you know what to do, you have to come and train with me. Okay, but for now, my knees are both my knees are bent. And you're gonna do hip lift the side, heels on the floor, pelvic tuck, hip lift on this side, both heels are on the floor, and release. So my feet are like this the whole time. So I have side, front, side, back. And when you go, it turns into an interior hip circle using your muscles. Okay, so 4, 3, 2, smile, and 1. So what we're gonna do is after you do your shoulder, 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 what will happen is if you've got your veil, you're gonna release the veil, you're gonna bring your hands above your head, and then we're gonna do circles. Circle. We've only got really time for 2 because of the music. Okay, so round you go. Shoulders down, round you go. And remember, you're flirting. Flirt with somebody. You can flirt with me if you like. Ready? Circle. Circle. Again. Circle. One more time. You're going to do it once. Right, I'm going to pretend my veil's in my hand. Let's go from the beginning. Hold your veil or your pretend veil. If not, just put your hands in a pretty position. And the top. 6, 7. Snake your hips. Settle. Sway your hips. Look back. Hip, hip, hip. Flirt away. Hip, hip, hip. Circle. One more time. 6, 7. Snake your hips. Settle. Sway, sway, sway. Look back. Hip, hip, hip. Flirt away. Shoulder. Me. Shake your legs out. Now you're gonna do the same thing. Shoulder hits again. Flirting away. Flirt, flirt, flirt. And this time you're gonna have a little giggle. Okay? So how would you flirt? And they say something really cute to you, or maybe he's just giving you the he or she just giving you the most cheesiest chat line you ever heard, and you're like, oh, that was so silly. Alright, whatever you want, right? How are you gonna flirt? So I put this in. She doesn't do this in the video, in the movie, sorry, but I put a little giggle in as a response to what's going on in the movie, okay? So we have shoulder giggle, or whatever you want to do. You're just flirting, yes? Boom, 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 flirt. Okay, you're ready. Let's go from the top. I would like to get my veil. You don't have to use a veil, but she has it in the beginning, so I just thought I would honor the video as much as I could. All right, you ready? Or honor her as much as I could. Are you ready? 5, 6, 7. Snake your hips, settle. Roll your belly, look back. Hey, 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 flirt away. Shoulder, hip, hip, ha, ha, ha. Giggle, 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 giggle. Giggle, giggle, giggle. Okay, all right, fine. Let's move on. So enough giggling. You have a little bit of a giggle. And then you do one more time, actually. Shoulder hits again. Bam, bam, bam. And this time, this arm's going to come up. It's going to come up, and you're going to frame your face. Circle your wrist as pretty as you can and bring it down, okay? 1, 2, 3, down you go. 1, 2, 3, down you go. 1, 2, 3, you only do it once. 1, 2, 3, down you go. 1, 2, 3, down you go. 1, 2, 3, down. You're flirting. So you can't just be like, unless that's how you flirt. I hope not. Okay. Alright, seriously. From the top. 5, 6, this bit, sorry. Ba, 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 down. Okay, I'm going to pretend I have my veil. Let's do it from the top. Snake, 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 settle. Pelvis, look back. Flirt, 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 keep flirting. Hit, 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 circle, circle. Hit, 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 giggle, giggle, giggle. Hit, 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 down, down. Yes! Okay. The last part I want to teach you, for those of you who are a little bit more advanced. In fact, I maybe think that I will do a video in a moment on hair eights, on figure of 8 hair. Yeah, there's many different ways you can do hair flicks, and I actually, my whole life, I just walk around doing hair flicks. There's a reason for every hair flick, and there's a hair flick for every reason in my world. So welcome to my world. Anyway, so we'll do that shortly because the next part of that is going to be hair flicks. So if you're not sure how to do that and you'd like to learn how to do that, then check out my page. It may or may not be up yet, but I'm going to film a short video on it anyway. But for now, let's go. So you have just finished the whole combination actually from the movie, but then I'm going to now add in my own bit. So you're going to have down, up, down, down, up. Forget the foot for now. Down, up, down, down, up. I'm going to turn the music off actually because the rhythm goes into a different rhythm in the piece of music. It's going to throw me off a little bit. Just for fun, just to teach you a bit of my stylization on top. So it's not exactly the same as the combination through the movie for obvious reasons, but also because I wanted to make it a little bit more fun, and well, I am me, I have to put my own flavour in there somewhere. Alright, and I encourage you to do the same. So whatever dancer you are, whether you're a beginner or whether you're advanced, I encourage you to stylize this in your own way. Make it work for you in your body and dance it so you can vibe it, you can feel it, you can connect to the movements for yourself rather than trying to copy something else, right? So find yourself within the movement, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, anyway, so you'll have down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, okay? That's hip drop, hip lift, double drop, up, okay? Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Okay, now the last part is going to be the hair flick. I'm just going to go straight into it, so if you know how to do it, you can go for it. There's no bailing your hand at that point. So you're going to have a hair to the back. If I face the front, my hair is going to go side, side, center, side, side, center. So I'm going to go. If you've never done this before, I don't advise you try it now. I would suggest just wait until you see the other video teaching you how to do hair flicks and how to do hair tosses. Otherwise, continue with me. Be careful because you can get dizzy quite quickly. Okay, so be mindful of that. And then I'm going to go towards the back first. So, and I put my hand, this hand on my chest, and I'm going to have hair, hair. It's going to come to my head. Drop, drop. Does it? No, it doesn't. It stays there. My bad. Let's go again. Hair, hair, and drop, drop. Hair, hair, and drop, drop. That's the end, okay? So it's down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Hair, hair, and drop, drop. Hair, hair, and drop, drop. Okay? So we'll do one more time with the music from the very, very beginning, and I'll leave it up to you to have some fun, practice. I also would love you to tag me in your videos. So if you do the combination, you do learn this, please tag me. It's Melissa BellyDance on Facebook, and it's also at Melissa BellyDance on Instagram, the same way you spell it on my YouTube page. Okay, so quick sip of water if you like. Otherwise, we are just going to go for it. Ready? Let's dance. So first of all, picture somebody you're flirting with and be there. You're flirting with them. Ready? Ha, 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 ha. Snake, 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 settle. Roll your hips, look back. flutter away, and in, shoulder, shoulder, ha, me, ha, 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 giggle, 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 ha, 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 round, round, down, down. Okay, it's all gonna work with this rhythm. Let's just go down, up, down, down, up, down. I taught you all that for no reason. Down, up, down. Again, down, up, down. Let's add on the hair. Down, up, down, hair, hair. Down, up, down, hair, hair. Down, up, down, hair. Easier anyway. Down, up, down, hair, hair. Down, up, down, hair, hair. Enough. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that. Please give me a thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe, like, follow, all that good stuff. And I look forward to seeing you soon. New releases every single week from everything from belly dance fitness and belly dance workouts and fusions and Ori Polynesia, which is Tahitian dance, Tribal from a Trap, which is my style tribal fusion. And remember, if you want to learn with me properly in person and meet me give you loads of feedback and help and advice, come to my classes. You can join me live on Zoom from anywhere in the world, so just check your time zone. Or you can do private classes in studio or on Zoom. Or you can do the subscription option on my page, which is all the recording access only if you can't do a class live for whatever reasons. Anyway, thank you so much. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye.